Have you been told to grin and bear it? Do you opt for smiling and waving when you're really cringing on the inside? Are you a people pleaser? Do you hide your genuine emotions when you feel something that you want to express? Do you bite down on the words that you want to say and swallow them instead of speaking? Do you choose silence when you want to scream? Then this video is for you. We're going to cover the mysteries and the wonders of the face, suppressed emotions that live in the face, survival disguised as pain in places that we don't even know exist. We are going to go through a self-massage routine to help unleash and pass all the stored emotions from years of holding it in so that you can move on. In TCM, each organ system goes and exits to a different orifice. So our face is associated with different symbolic areas, the kidneys going to the ears, the liver to the eyes, the lungs to the nose, the spleen to the mouth, the heart to the tongue. And together, the face and head create a microsystem of the entire body, meaning it can treat almost anything, anywhere. Not to mention its proximity with the brain and the central nervous system and the vagus nerve coming out of the neck. So, let's explore what all we can find and balance together. Let's get started. To get started with this routine, we're going to begin with a little lymphatic clearing around the collarbone area. When we're working with the face, it's going to be moving a lot of lymph. And so just as a preventative measure to help it drain, we want to just open up where it's going to be draining to. So we're going to spend a couple minutes just working with the collarbone. If you watched the self-massage video on the lymphatic, you'll know how to do this. But basically what we're going to be doing is finding the collarbone, and you're going to be taking 2 fingers above, and we're going to crisscross our arms. And we're going to gently stick our fingers on the skin and do little circles. And we're not sliding on the skin, but we're creating contact and we're dragging the skin as we do little circles, just like that. So we're gonna come just above the collarbone here and work your way along the collarbone, little circles. And there's a little triangular area between the SCM and the trapezius muscle here. So if you're at the collarbone, we're gonna go up and you'll find a little divot area there. And we're gonna drag that area as well next. Circles. And this doesn't have to take very long. I want this to be a go along with me video, so I'm gonna actually do everything in real time with you. And just feel any of the stickier or sensitive areas. Do some more circles in there. And come back to the collarbone, this time with 1 finger above, 1 finger below on each side. We're dragging into the center. Good, and then we're gonna just place one hand on top of the other, going to the center of the neck. I'm gonna have a palm against my neck, and very gently we're just gonna drag the center of the neck downward. Very light pressure. And then we're gonna come up to where the neck lymph nodes are, right in this area. So if we go to the angle of the jaw, and we're gonna just drop back onto the neck here. So angle of the jaw, dropping back. We're gonna have 2 fingers there, 2 fingers on the opposite side, and again, just gentle circles, drawing down. And this will be our last one before we get going. Okay, so that part is complete. Now we're gonna start. Rub your hands together. I'm gonna take my ring off here so there's a little less friction. Rub your hands together. We're gonna start by scrubbing our face. This can feel really good. And I invite you to, if you can, lay down on the ground so that you feel even more relaxed and you don't have to use such shoulder and arm strength to go about this routine. So warm up your hands, friction. If you're laying down, great. Take your hands on your face and you're just gonna scrub all over, just like you're washing your face. We're energetically clearing what's on here, getting rid of all the superficial stagnation. You can go to the neck, you can go down the neck, Doesn't have to look like anything, but just let yourself intuitively scrub around all the areas. And slow down, coming back. Great. That can be refreshing in and of itself. Okay, so we're gonna move to our next one. And we're gonna be going to the ears. So the ears, we're gonna pull the earlobes. And this one can be intuitive as well. We're just gonna pull all different directions up using our hands going outward. And then start to use your thumb to do some circles. All the way up from the apex of the ear, down the helix, all the way to the earlobe. And I want you to make this feel really good on yourself. Circles, circles, circles. Slight pull, and then start to go inside and draw that C shape that mirrors the ear here. And just do anything that feels good. Follow the shape, contour your ear, pull, and then we're gonna do fingers on the front, finger behind, and scrub up and down. And keep going. Start to feel intuitive here, grabbing the ear in different places that never gets touched. Scrub, pull, circles. The ears are also a microsystem of the entire body. They resemble an upside down embryo. So when you're massaging your ears, you're massaging every single part of your body, your entire systems all together. And so if you can spend a little extra time here at the beginning, this is going to really expedite the process of everything else that we're doing in the work here. And if nothing else, if you can't do your face massage your ears every day. There's so much benefit. Okay, and we're going to slow it down there. All right, so we've scrubbed our face, we've worked our ears, and now we're going to go to the mastoid process. There's a little scrubbing here as well. So this is where the vagus nerve comes out and goes down the neck. So this is a very influential area for working with diaphragm, digestion, all of that tonification. So the mastoid process is the bone behind the ear. If you go down right below the earlobe, you'll find this bony, prominent area. It's hard if you knock on it. Same here, go behind the ear, hard if you knock on it. That's the mastoid process. So our muscle called the sternocleidomastoid attaches up here as well. So we're gonna fall down off of the bone into the meaty part of the muscles, and we're gonna do circles up into the bone and down into the muscle. So we're doing circles forward, and this can be pretty good firm pressure. And whichever way you wanna start, you can work your way back a little bit further onto the posterior neck and skull, but want most of your attention to be right there along the mastoid process and down into the SCM muscle here. So switch directions of your circles. And you can go up and down. And complete. Pull it down the neck. Okay. Our next one, we're gonna bring our palms to our temples. So, you know, when you get a stress headache, the temples right here behind the eyes. So it doesn't have to be a very specific area. We're gonna bring pressure of our palms. That's why if you're laying down, this can feel really good. You don't have to use your shoulder muscles as much. We're gonna press inward, almost like we're squeezing our head. Give a good firm amount of pressure. And again, now we're gonna go circles. Circles going one way. As much pressure as feels therapeutic to you with the heels of your hands. It can be pretty firm here. This is a very dense, tissued area. And sometimes we need that dense, not aggressive, but firm, authoritative pressure to make a difference here. To say, hey, listen, and then switch directions. Good, and done. From there, we're going to go into yin tong pressing. So yin tong is an acupoint that is between the eyebrows And this is a mind calming, spirit calming point that you can use acupressure on. And so what this is gonna look like is we're gonna press up from between the eyebrows. I even like to start lower at the bridge of the nose, and you're gonna press all the way up to your hairline, even beyond. And then you're gonna just go alternating fingers. You can use your first finger, you can use your thumb, if you prefer that, all the way up to the hairline. So this is a calming action for overthinking and just overall relaxation. So also can feel really good if you have any kind of sinus, upper sinus, frontal sinus congestion or inflammation. So just breathe as you go. And complete. From there, we're moving into our cheeks. So finding the zygomatic arch, that's the cheekbone here, okay? So we're gonna do the same ideas on our temples, but now we're taking that down and circling into the cheeks. And it can look silly, let it look silly. Relax your hands into it, really get into it. Coming down as much as you want towards the nose. And up. This one is going to be a little less time just because we're going to be warming it up. So we'll stop there because we're going to do skin rolling on the cheeks. Now this can feel fantastic if you have jaw issues or if you have congested lymphatics in the face that you're not even aware of. Try this. So what this is going to look like is we're going to find that angle of the jaw and we're actually going to grip the skin like you're gripping and pinching away. And we're going to skin roll so you have a firm like sandwich grip. And we're going to roll with our thumbs, grabbing with our fingers as we go up toward the eye. So we grab down and we're just creeping, crawling along. So what's happening is my fingers are moving and my thumbs are sliding and gliding with that. So I'll show you again here. Fingers moving, thumbs gliding along. And you can start a little bit lower towards the mouth, working your way up to the nose, and then work your way out towards the ear, creeping, crawling up along the eye. Okay, so doing one cheek. If you have lymphatic congestion here, you might feel kind of crunchies underneath your fingers. So that's a really good indicator that you're getting things moving. And we'll switch cheeks. So we're gonna grab angle of the jaw, working our way up. Make sure you're keeping your jaw relaxed as much as possible here, slightly hanging open. So you can tell I'm a lot tighter on this side. I do have jaw issues. I can barely get a hold of the skin. So in that case, just focus on getting one firm grip, not necessarily crawling, but just grabbing and doing one slide at a time, as far as you can go. And then grabbing and slide. Okay. All right. Yeah, oh yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, so then we're going to strip the masseter, which is the mastication muscle, so our jaw chewing muscle on our cheeks. We're gonna do some stripping. You can skip this one if you don't have jaw issues, but I think this is just beneficial to everyone in general. So what this is gonna look like is you're gonna find your jaw, and we're gonna put, so coming out onto the muscle, make sure you're on it by applying pressure as you clench your teeth, and you should feel that muscle pop out into your fingers. If it does, congratulations, you're on the masseter. So I like to find the meatiest part as I clench, holding with my thumbs, and then I'm going to strip downward all the way with my thumbs toward the bottom. toward the chin, okay? So you can do that without any action. And this is firm pressure here. Like a good firm amount where it almost makes you a little lightheaded, but not painful. It just wants to be a deep, authoritative pressure again, okay? So if you want to go an extra mile here, you're gonna, as you press down, you're gonna clench at first, clench, press down, and then open your mouth as you strip. So clench, press down, and open all the way. Okay, as you go down. You can do that total of 3 times. Clench, open all the way. And yeah, I invite you to make a silly noise with it. Let out some expression. What have you been holding in? Let the sounds just flow. That can be really therapeutic in and of itself, okay? So we've stripped the master. Give it a little love if it's feeling tender right now. We've worked the jaw. Now we're gonna go up into the eyes. We're gonna be doing an acupressure point on what's called urinary bladder 2. So this is a really good point for overall eye health. And if you have blurry vision, floaters, if you have just chronic vision issues, we've talked about how the eyes are associated with the liver. This is a local point to help bring chi and blood to the area, the whole orbit area around the eye and into the eyes itself. So if you wake up and you have like fuzziness in the morning too, this can be a great thing to do first thing in the morning. So what it's gonna look like is, we're gonna find the top point of the eyebrows. If you come to the start of the eyebrow and you just gently sink into the area, you can feel almost a cave. And that is gonna be urinary bladder 2. And so we're going to apply pressure. If you have something, if you're laying down, you're gonna wanna sit up for this part probably, because you wanna have a surface to put your forearms on. And we're gonna cross our fingers together and our thumbs are gonna be going into urinary bladder 2. So thumbs are there, I have fingers crossed, sturdy foundation, and now I'm leaning into my elbows. And so what this looks like is, I'm really relaxed, honestly. So I'm leaning in and I have firm pressure just from mechanics and stacking from my thumbs going into UB2. And this can be really intense. So once you have it, we're just applying firm static pressure. Close your eyes and breathe. I want you to focus on connecting with your breath and accepting the intensity of what is here without fighting it. This one we're going to hold for about a minute. So go into your place. In breath. And out breath. Leaning into it as much as you can tolerate. And let your exhale be a little longer than the inhale. Communicate with your nervous system that you're safe by breathing out longer, pausing at the bottom before you breathe in again. Good. When you're ready, we'll slowly come out of that hold. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I like to follow this up with a little pinching on the eyebrow, so grabbing the skin, so pinching and rolling. Pinching and rolling. And do that from the start of the eyebrow all the way out. And there you go. So, you survived the aggressive techniques. You probably feel pretty flippin' fantastic right now, at least I do. And you can slow it down, you can stop here, or you can slow it down a little bit more. We're going to just end with the expressions, and then I will do the slowing down part afterwards. So from here, you've opened up everything. You have this newfound flow of fresh energy and blood to the face. Things are moving, fantastic. But we need to get rid of old excess patterns. We need to let things go. So this is your time to improv. I want you to make every expression that you know known to man in your face and just start rolling and opening and looking, clenching, opening, every emotion you can think of. Go through them all. You know, excitement or despair, disgust, overjoyed, like everything. Just see what your face can do, how your muscles can move in different ways now for the next couple of minutes. And then start making sounds with it. Whatever comes out intuitively, like any moaning or or groaning or yelling or screaming, If you have no one else around, take this time, go forth and just let it move through you. Let it pass. This is the perfect time for you. Okay? Okay. So go do that. And we'll come back for the next clip just to show you a little of the more passive myofascial release techniques. For the myofascial release techniques, I have 3 that I am really fond of. You can do these in lieu of the facial massages if you're feeling like you're having more of just introverted day, or you have a lot more time on your hands and you want to really go into it deeply. These are your friends for that. So first, we're going to do a sphenoid hold. So the sphenoid is one of your cranial bones, right? And it's really deep in, kind of looks like a butterfly behind the sinuses in this area. And we're going to access the energetics of that by coming into the temple area with 2 fingers. So we're fronting the corner of the eye, and we're coming backtracked a little bit, 2 fingers in that area on each side. And for myofascial holds, these are gonna be just the most light pressure you can apply. Almost like you're just clicking into place and connecting. And from there, we're going to bring our fingers just gently forward, so dragging the tissue with our fingers as we go toward the eye. So you see how my fingers here, and then I drag. The fingers move slightly. I'm not gliding over the skin. I'm just taking the skin ever so gently with my fingers and coaxing it toward the eye. If you feel resistance, you're going too hard with pressure, so back off, ease it up a bit. We want to go just to a bit where we feel another click, like it clicks into place again. And you're going to hold. For this, it's going to be 5 minutes. I'm not going to stay with you this whole time. I'm just demonstrating these techniques, but each of these 3 techniques, once you click into place and once you're held, you're going to hold for 5 minutes. So set a timer and go. And each minute you might feel your fingers move a little bit more. You might get sensations of like a therapeutic pulse or pounding or vibration. And that's really good indication that you're getting an arrival of fresh chi. So stick with it. You might get crazy sensations that start whirling into the back of your head or into your anywhere really, down to your jaw, neck. Stick with those. You might feel the sinuses clearing. Stick with that as well. So 5 minutes at a minimum. You can go longer if you want. Lay down if you can. Be really extra comfy. And try that one out. So that's the sphenoid hold. When you're done, you're going to come out of it gently the way you went in and come off. For the next one, it's a TMJ hold. So jaw issues, start with the sphenoid and come to the TMJ one. We're going to be doing the same thing. So finding the masseter muscle with 2 fingers, or you can do the whole hand here. Just cupping your jaw And most of the intention is going to be up in my fingers in this area. So we're going to be clicking into place, applying gentle pressure inward, and then this time we're dragging downward. So inward and then downward toward the bottom of my jaw. And so you're going to sit here, pulling ever so slightly downward. Remember keeping contact with your skin of the hands and skin of the cheeks. We're not gliding over at all. We're staying right in the same spot as we are, and we're dragging the skin with us. So 5 minutes there. You might feel emotions that come out with these holds as well. If you do, that is perfect reaction. If you're not ready for that, that's okay. If you are, let the emotional release come out and show itself. So that is definitely something that can happen as well. So be mindful if you're not ready for that, maybe it's best to avoid these as of right now until you are. And then for the last myofascial hold, I like to call this the Yang Ming hold. And it's going to be basically applying a hand to your forehead. So Yang Ming in Chinese medicine incorporates the stomach and the large intestine meridians, but they're said to have the most qi and blood of all the meridians in the body. So coming up into where it expresses itself into the forehead area can be really good for frontal headaches and overthinking especially, or fuzziness, fogginess, brain fog, things like that. So this is a really good one to try for that. And it's going to be one hand to the forehead, kind of into the hairline, but the palm is going to be broadening over that whole area. And laying down if you can, so you can relax your arm most of it. And you're going to be applying gentle pressure inward and then dragging downward towards the forehead, or eyebrows, I should say. Close your eyes. Sink into this one. And this one, you might feel a fascial unwinding all the way to the back of your head and down. This one can be just really powerful. So sit with it 5 minutes at a minimum. Get comfy, get cozy, and breathe. All right, guys, I hope that this was of some sort of help for you today. I know I feel great after doing it. It's a fantastic daily routine to get started with. So try it out. Let us know what you think, things that come from it. And then also stay tuned for our next self-care video, which is going to be on tongue ties. And we are going to be going over some intraoral self-massage and exercises to care for and benefit your mouth and your whole fascial system health for people living with tongue ties. So that'll be in the near future.